Are you looking for the perfect comic book gift for the kids in your life? I've got a great recommendation for you. Hello and welcome back to John's Comics with Kids YouTube channel. I'm John and I'm here to talk about a really all-time classic comic book and something that's great for those of you trying to find ways to connect your kids with this hobby, because we all want to keep this hobby thriving, right? So today I want to talk about a classic from 1991. This is Jeff Smith's Bone series, and there are a lot of great ways to collect this. Of course, there are single issues and there are smaller trades, but I'm highly recommending the large compendium version if you can find it. It's a great way to get the entire story all in one volume. As you can see, my girls have read the lights out of this one. Huge thanks to my man Whitewell Comics. He's the one that gifted this to my girls one year for the holidays, and they have enjoyed the lights out of it as well. It's for all ages. In fact, if you asked Jeff Smith, he would probably say that he didn't write it with an age group in mind. Instead, just wrote something that he would really enjoy. This is the Avengers of the Bone Cousins. And as they travel and are separated across this unusual sort of fantasy-like land, we get to watch them deal with a lot of different things. There's elements of fantasy to this. There's certainly relatable elements to life at large. I think there's interesting comments about society and the way people treat each other. This was a vast universe that really, it was more than a decade of time when he was telling the story in single issue comics. And there are just a lot to get into here. The three main characters are very cartoony, but it's not just meant for kids. In fact, I would argue that kids need to be a little older before they start reading it. So my girls are now teenagers, but they started reading this about 5 years ago-ish. So when they were in that like 10 to 14 range, that's when they first found these characters. There's a lot to dive into here. Adults will gain more about like how the use of government and how that all plays into the story, the use of community and civilization. And many other characters come in and out that aren't quite as cartoony as the Bone Cousins themselves, but a lot of laughs, a lot of creativity, and a lot of ingenuity is happening here that I think is really unique for comics and certainly for indie comics. If you've never heard of Jeff Smith's Bone, then you have obviously something that you can enjoy as well, because I do feel like this is something all ages. I'm about 3/4 of the way through this. I don't know that I've actually finished the entire volume because it is quite significant, but it is always something I enjoy picking up and adding a few chapters, kind of like Usagi Yojimbo or other great black and white indie series, right? So if you've never heard of Bone, add it to your shopping list. This is a great book for all ages and hopefully something that you can enjoy with your family. For those that are unfamiliar with my channel, I've got some great channel members who are helping me out by donating a little bit of money each month to keep the channel alight and keep everything going. Huge thank you to this crew. They're always keeping things going here and really making this worthwhile and possible with all the streaming platform prices that keep going up. If you want to be coming back around, make sure you're checking in. Every week I drop a couple of videos like this recommending things to watch or things to read. So hopefully we'll see you guys all again soon for more Comics for Kids.